Ahoy hoy! How's it going? I'm doing good. Just gonna do another one of these little videos. This time about another of my favourite musicians, Mortiis. Now I've been a fan of Mortiis for over 20 years. And it started out back in the late 90s. And I got an album called the Stargate. And I'd first seen Mortiis in he was featured in a piece in Kerrang in his full Era 1 gear with like the spikes, the ears, the nose, the prosthetic face. And as soon as I saw a picture I was like, who's that guy? That is different, that is something else. And I thought it was going to be musically super heavy and super, I don't want to say gothic, but I don't want to say black metal either. I thought it was going to be super dark. And the Stargate is such a musical journey of an album. And I've got it here, and I'll get to this in a minute. But then after the Stargate, he brought out The Smell of Rain, and it was such a complete different direction musically. First of all, he was singing, and the best way I can describe The Smell of Rain is Labyrinth movie David Bowie crossed with Nine Inch Nails. That's the best I can do. But let's have a look at what my collection entails. I've got this album. I don't speak Norwegian, so if I butcher the title, I do apologise. It's Fod til Herske. It's probably wrong. It's this album here. It is actually signed in gold on the cover. It only has 2 tracks, but the tracks are like 25 minutes a piece. And it's one of my favourites. So after that one comes Crypt to the Wizard. Okay? And Crypt to the Wizard, the artwork for the cover is, you can see the direction he was going, but it's hilarious because he's got the bat wings and he's got like nail extensions, it looks like, the ears, the nose prosthetic, the face prosthetic. But if you look down on the bottom, it's like he's wearing regular military boots. Then we come to the one that started it all for me, which is the Stargate. Once again, Mortiis signed this for me in gold. One of the last shows before the pandemic that I ever saw was Mortiis in Austin during the Spirit of Rebellion tour, and he signed all the stuff that I brought. But this album holds a special place in my heart. It's just such a good album. Next we come to The Smell of Rain, which, if you haven't heard it, please go and just listen to it. It's just such a good album. That it was followed by The Grudge, where Mortiis went in a much heavier industrial direction, and again it's a fantastic album. And as always, his artwork is second to none. And I found this, and it's one of the singles from The Grudge, the Decadent and Desperate single. And this is the European Digipack edition. And I love Digipacks. And once again, artwork just is crazy looking. So as I indulged in buying more Mortiis, I was able to get hold, of 2 of the Decadent and Desperate 7-inch singles that came out in the UK. Now, these are very hard to find. because they're numbered, and the sleeve that it comes in actually folds out into a poster. These are also numbered, so this one, hopefully you can see it, is number 915, which is a, you know, that's a fairly decent number to get. This one is probably one of the prized ones in my collection because it's number 25. So anytime you get numbered records, if you get them down in the double digits, that's great. Anytime you get anything under 50, that's when you're dealing with really high-end collectors go nuts for that kind of stuff. So next up we've got the Blood and Thunder EP, and this vinyl is orange vinyl, and I'm not sure if it's going to show, but the back is laser engraved with the double axe insignia, and I'm not sure if that's showing. Hopefully it is. If it isn't, buy yourself a copy and see it for yourself. And I don't mean that in a mocking way, like seriously, buy Mortiis records, buy Mortiis CDs. Let's see. Let me just move these over here. So up next is another of my prized records. Now this one, I'm just going to flat out say this is probably more prized in my collection than the number 25 Decadent and Desperate, because this is also limited edition numbered. This is the Methuselah. When I met him in concert, he signed the cover for me. But this one, not only is it, look at that. It's not a picture disc, it's actually cut into the logo of Mortiis' logo. But it's also, and I hope you can see it, number 28 of 500. And it comes with the full lyrics on the back. Let me just put this one back in here. And I really do try to take care of my records to the best of my ability. So once it's back in here, as you can see, it's even positioned to where you can see the number 28. And what makes it even nicer is their hand, not hand signed, but handwritten, numbered. Next up, we have the strictly limited edition double LP trifold sleeve, strictly limited to 250 copies on black vinyl. Includes 12-page, 12-inch booklet of lyrics and exclusive photos. 250 copies worldwide of The Great Deceiver. And this is on black vinyl, and the artwork inside is absolutely stunning. So hopefully you can see how good that artwork is. Up next, this one is there's 250 copies of this in the world. Also, I got it signed in gold by Mortiis himself. And this is the Bubonic Plague vinyl. So let's pull this one out and have a good look at that. You see that okay? Or is it just showing as black? but the bubonic plague is a very dark, rich green with black splatter slash speckle through it. Now, up next is another. All my Mortiis records are basically very dear to me, but they're also very limited. So this is the Unraveling Mind. This was put out by Dead Seed Productions, exclusive, strictly limited picture disc edition. And there's only 100 copies of this worldwide. So here's the back. And I'm going to show you what the picture disc looked like. And this is next level astonishing art. So here's the front. And then here's the back. And it is a stunningly, stunningly beautiful record. And it sounds fantastic. It's such a good album. Next up, The Spirit of Rebellion. So, once again, got it signed at the concert. And it's just incredible. And yeah, this one's on basic black, if I remember correctly. Let me double check. There's the beautiful inner sleeve, and yep, this is the basic black edition. Now, if you don't know, Mortiis has a Bandcamp page, and if you join the Cult of the Black Wizards, which is like the Patreon, you get access not only to the entire discography as digital downloads, you also get exclusive access to artwork, t-shirts, but then Mortiis will bring out records. And being a member of the Cult of Black Wizards, like I am, you get first access to them. And some of them, yep. So this was a Cult of the Black Wizards exclusive. I'm not sure if after the Cult of the Black Wizards get access to it, whatever's left over gets sold to the public. So I'm not sure if any of these are available. So this is the picture disc of Spirit of Rebellion, the album I just showed you. Basic black. This is the picture disc. And then on the back has his Era 1 logo. And it's just an amazing picture disc. It's probably my favorite picture disc of all the ones that I own. And finally, we come to one that was just released not long ago. Again, through the Cult of the Black Wizards. And this one is the forgotten songs and demos from the album The Smell of Rain. But this one was put out as a split record. So, and I don't, right, so one of the bands is Freddie Delirio and the Phantoms. And then the other band, I do not want to butcher their name. I believe it's Il Signo del Comando, but I could be wrong. Italian band. And here's the artwork. Oh, the sticker has slid loose. Yep. So there's the artwork. And this was, again, a Cult of the Black Wizards exclusive. I wasn't able to get hold of the, I believe it was a smoky vinyl, which was 60 copies, and then this one, I cannot remember how many copies there was, but as soon as I saw it, I had to have it in my collection. So that is my Mortiis collection. And again, he's a musician that I've really enjoyed listening to progress over the years, change his musical style, and to me he's a musician's musician, because he is not strictly limited to one style or the other. He can play multiple styles. He was the original bass player for the band Emperor, so he played at their, I believe it was the 30th anniversary, and he played bass guitar. He just creates these incredible soundscapes, and I enjoy listening to them. I enjoy the artwork. I enjoy investing my money in his art and his music, and I will continue to do so because I have done so for the past 20 years, 20 plus years. So on that note, much love and peace to everyone out there, and continue supporting music.